Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning and a little gloomy here today in Dearborn. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about, Ramadan is coming up, and I think that there's something that we should do for the Ummah to kind of keep higher spirits throughout the month of Ramadan. I saw a post on a Facebook group that I am in for Muslim mummies, and it was basically just a thread to talk about, the hardships of not being able to fast during Ramadan for different reasons. And I made a comment on the topic, and they said that I should share it, so I figured why not put it in a video too, to share it with all you guys as well. So here's my thing. I think that it would be a good idea for us to stop asking the question, are you fasting? And here's why. Typically, any reason that a Muslim is not fasting during Ramadan is a very personal reason. Now, if they're like questioning their faith, maybe, and they have kind of taken a step back from their deen, I don't know, that's not something they want to share with people. You know what I'm saying? And highlighting that is not really for us to do. If they wanted to talk to someone about it, they would. And asking, are you fasting? And then them saying no. You get the immediate question, why? So even if that's not the case, say for example, a sister is not fasting because she's on her menses. When you ask a woman, are you fasting? And they tell you no, and then you ask them why, do you think they want to tell you that they're on their period? They don't want to tell you, so we shouldn't ask. And then same thing with women that are pregnant or breastfeeding. It's their choice whether or not they decide to fast. I personally can never fast when I'm pregnant or breastfeeding. My body cannot handle it. I know this about myself, and I will not put myself or my baby's health in danger for fasting when I can just make up the days. And a lot of women are not secure with their decision to do that. So when people ask them, are you fasting? And they say no, and they ask them why, and they tell them, they kind of give them a response of, you kind of could though. But that's really inappropriate. If a woman decides that it's not safe health-wise for her or her baby to fast during pregnancy or breastfeeding, we are not to have an opinion on that, you guys. There are so many other things that we could be opinionated about and try to change. That is a personal choice between a woman and God and her baby. It does not concern us at all. And then with brothers and sisters that are suffering some form of medical condition or illness that prevents them from being able to fast, people don't want to share with you their medical problems. Some of those things are very personal. In some cases, they might even consider it embarrassing. And for us to ask, are you fasting? And then asking them why. I think that's the biggest part of it. Maybe not necessarily asking, are you fasting? But it always leads to the question, why? That's my point. And that's why I think that we should refrain from doing it. Because if somebody is struggling with an illness, they might not even be sharing with their family yet. They definitely don't want to have that conversation with a random person in the masjid or on the street or working retail. Because when I worked at Sears some time ago, I did have a lot of customers because it was in Dearborn, so a lot of my customers were Muslim. And during Ramadan, pretty much every person that I checked out for their merchandise had asked me if I was fasting. And I just found that so rude, and especially during the month when the week when I could not fast. I almost wanted to lie and say that I was fasting, because every time they asked me why I wasn't, and I'm looking at them like, you know why. Don't ask me why. You're gonna make me tell you, strange man, in front of all these people, why I'm not fasting. I don't want to share with you that I'm on my period. And this is a very too much information type conversation, but we should have it, because we lower our gaze when we look at, the opposite sex. So why do we feel comfortable asking people something so personal as, why are you not fasting? And it's a lot of the time, it'll be people that we don't speak to on a personal level. It'll be strangers, or it'll be coworkers or acquaintances that we don't even exchange phone numbers with, that feel entitled to know whether or not you're fasting and then your reasons for why you're not fasting. And that's really inappropriate. So I think this year, you guys, let's keep high spirits for everybody that's trying to enjoy the month of Ramadan. Whether or not they can fast is not our business. Let's just Ramadan Mubarak to them and keep it moving. Let's make everybody enjoy the whole month and not take away from their spiritual closeness with God, because we think they don't have it because they're not fasting. That's so rude. Super rude, you guys. So I think that was it for my point, and I'm gonna end it there. And you know what, actually I did want to take a minute to show some appreciation to my friends that I had in my comments on my last video yesterday, because you guys are everything and you made me feel 1,000 times better. So I love you so much, and as always, you guys, I appreciate you for watching and taking the time to leave comments and showing your love for me as well. So as always, I love you guys so much and I appreciate you for watching, and we'll talk super soon. Bye guys.